What's up, NBA fans? What's up, all sports fans? This your boy JB, host of the Behind the Bench podcast network and channel, giving a shout out to the rest of the crew. For everyone who's tuning in, thank you for supporting Behind the Bench. Subscribe to the channel and help make this show the best that it can be in the new year 2025. Now, let's talk some NBA. Let's talk Ivica Zubac. Big Zoo. The big man, the center for the Los Angeles Clippers, who they acquired in a trade 5 seasons ago with the Los Angeles Lakers, where it was said that basically he was a bust. Essentially, that's what the explanation that was given. But the ironic thing about it is, man, they have not, the Los Angeles Lakers. The only reason I keep alluding to this fact, man, if the Lakers were operating in a normal capacity, I wouldn't have to and built their team up with the young talent that they drafted. I would be talking about other sporting circumstances more frequently. But when you see a situation that's never been conducted before in professional, not just professional basketball, professional sports. This would be the equivalent of an NFL team literally trading away or letting go 45 players who were just on their team the previous year. Over the span of, let's just say, 2 seasons. That's the equivalent of what we're seeing with this franchise. And they keep bringing new guys in. You know, fans get excited. Oh, man, we good to go. Oh, man, championship this, championship that. But at the end of the day, think about this. Just think about this. Outside of that 1 year that culminated in the bubble, they are literally hovering a smidget above 500. A smidget above 500. That's what this team has been. And in year 1, they were 8 games on the 500. That's what we're dealing with. So I look at Ivica Zubac, and he's becoming exactly who I anticipated based off of his workout video that I saw. Think about that. You look at a workout video, and you envision in your mind what a player could become with development and patience. You know what I'm saying? And letting him learn how to play at this level. You see what I'm saying? Where you have a team, a playmaker that's willing to involve him, bring him along, show him how to get better so he can, discover his game. Think about what Zubac would be 4 years prior to what he's becoming right now. See, in my mind, I had him becoming a 20 and 10 center by the time he turned about 23, 24 years old. Remember, he was drafted at 18. And most of these international-led centers, like even Nikola Jokic, he didn't start averaging 20 points a game until his 4th year in the NBA. And look at what he's become. The best center in the league. 3-time league MVP. NBA champion. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is, you trade a center at 22 years old in his 3rd year. Actually, he was probably 21 in his 3rd year. He was 21 at the time. He had not yet turned 22. I take that back. He was 21 years old when he was traded to the Clippers. And last night, he dominated, man. 21 points on 16 shot attempts, 19 rebounds, 3 blocks. He got a block on Anthony Davis. He outplayed him. The think about this, the guy that the Lakers mortgaged their future to get was outplayed by a young man who was devalued and traded to the Clippers for practically a bag of chips. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is Zubac is a large reason why the Lakers have been trouble playing the Clippers prior to last year. Prior to last year, the Clippers beat the Lakers like 11, 12 consecutive times. Well, a key reason behind that is because of the presence of Ivica Zubac. Now, remember, last year he led all big men in rim protection percentage-wise in terms of defending the paint, inside the paint, limiting the scoring output by the opponent inside the paint. He led the NBA in that category. He anchored the Clippers defense where, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, they weren't playing the same level of perimeter defense that they hadn't been known for when they was in their prime. He was covering for their gaps on defense. So what I'm saying is he's turned himself into a top 5 center. And that's what Mo Bamba alluded to after the game last night. During the post-game interview, Mo Bamba, who's the backup to Zubac, he rushed up to Zubac and said, top 5 center in the NBA. That's who I envisioned him to be when we drafted him. Based off that workout video I saw, he could have been another representation of the tremendous centers who have played for this franchise. He was the perfect center for this current age of the NBA. A traditional post center who's turned himself to an exceptional rebounder and has great touch around the footwork around the basket and can hit free throws once he's in rhythm. So, I mean, we all know the great centers that have played for this franchise. He would have been like just another reflection of that. Not saying he was gonna be Will Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaq, but he would have been an all-star caliber center, and that's saying a lot. A top 5 center in the NBA. That's who we traded away 5 years ago, and he showed that last night. So, like I said, man, if it was me, we could achieve more without any of these superstars on the team, especially the way Anthony Davis was traded to this team. The future was mortgaged away to get him. And then the other guy, I mean, he's just taking the franchise, man. I mean, he's turned upside down, inside out, to where after every game, people calling for trades. Well, everybody know once he's finally gone, all that trade talk is gonna stop. So it's almost like, man, a deal was made to say, man, you know what, man, we gonna swing for the fences every year, and trusting the Hurricane and crew to come and save the day. But no, man, no one player can manipulate the system and win year in and year out, man. I don't care who it is. I don't care how great you're supposed to be or said to be. You can't do it, man. You can't do it. So like I said, man, hopefully after this year, the Lakers will get control of their team back, man. And like I say, we trade away an all-star caliber center, man. He's on his way of being selected as an all-star reserve for the Western Conference this year. I can't really think of, I would say, I know Wembanyama's having a great second year, but his team, although they've improved, they below 500 right now. Well, Ivica Zubac is elevating the Clippers to boast the second-rated defense in basketball because of his presence and his rebounding. So I would say I would give Zubac the nod over Wembanyama. That's just me, and I'm not trying to gas him up or nothing like that. I'm just looking at the metric and the results on the court, and he's a better rebounder than Wembanyama, and Wembanyama's taller. So at the end of the day, man, like I say, I always saw it in Zubac, man, and the Clippers have really worked with him. They've really, really worked with him, man, and it's just amazing, it's not a surprise, but it's amazing at the same time. And like I said, if he gets 16 shot attempts a game, he's going to get 20 points, and he's going to give you the 13 rebounds a game. Just imagine that. Imagine that in a Laker uniform right now. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, and I know I may sound crazy, man. You take that young core, you build them up. You got Zubac out there, Lopez. You could re-sign Lopez back in when he was a free agent in 2018 for the vet minimum, as he was only asked for the vet minimum. So you got so much talent at the center position. You go center by committee, and you keep that young core intact, man. I'm telling you, man. And fans of that guy, the Hurricane, they can't tell me nothing different, man, because the results over outside that 1 year has been underwhelming. So I can sit here and argue my case and say, well, based on the metric and the growth of the team, that anything that they're doing right now will fail in comparison to what the real Lakers could have achieved together if they'd been allowed to grow over time. And then you bring in the right star player, they'll be passing with flying colors, man. No doubt in my mind. So I just want to drop that real quick, man. Like I say, this is not about trying to prove a point. This is not about trying to bring up the past repeatedly. It's about understanding what the eye test was telling me. That's all this is. This is not about trying to say, who the GOAT is, man. I don't get it. That GOAT conversation, man, is really is nauseating at this point. One day is this, and one day is that, is this and that. You lose, you're still the GOAT. I mean, come on, what are we doing? It's about the Lakers over that 4-year period from 2014 up until 2018. They built up the deepest, not just the deepest young core in the league. They built and drafted the deepest roster in basketball. This is even before you start talking about free agency or a trade. They already built up the deepest roster outside of their star player. They had a backup at every position. Point guard, center, power forward, wing. The only position that you may argue that that's the case, maybe, no. I'll say 2 guard. The only position where, no. Every position they had a backup. Every position they had a backup. That's unheard of. To be able to build a team strictly through the draft to where they literally go 10 deep on their own. Man, oh man. But I just want to drop that gold nugget, man. Go Big Zoo. Show them what you can do. Top 5 center in the NBA, drafted by none other than the Los Angeles Lakers. So until next time, JB, BTB, behind the bench.